Hello and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni. Today we're looking at 7.1 items, specifically a new type of corsage. Corsage are obviously headpieces that have been added to the game. They've been added to the game in many different patches. We're looking at the Cattleya Corsage. You can actually get the seeds to plant these into pots in your house from a seed merchant such as Tanny in Old Gridania, or sorry, New Gridania. If you teleport there, the NPCs there. You can also get it from other seed vendors as well. If you plant those and you manage to harvest the petals, you can then use those in conjunction with other materials to actually create these specific corsage. And as you can see, those are alchemy recipes level 85 basic. So it's just a recommended 25.49 for a level 85 basic craft. You'll need red or whatever color of the Cattleyas you will get, as long as you get bear fat, which can be obtained from pretty much any bears in the game. You can farm that, and as well as underground spring water. So the materials aren't actually that difficult to obtain. Obviously, the thing that's hardest to obtain is the color of the Cattleya plant, which you can grow yourself. So if you're looking to make some gil in this patch, it's actually worthwhile using, if you have a house or an apartment, or a room in an FC, planting some of these seeds and then harvesting them, because if you manage to craft these, you can make a fairly decent amount of money. The orange one specifically, for some reason, was going for 300k at the time of recording on my server. I don't know why, just because it's orange. So this then is what the red one looks like. They've got these beautiful flowers. They've really come a long way since the early corsage that were added to the game, which had a lot less detail. Dawntrail did a really good job of introducing texture updates to a lot of things, and one of the things they updated the most of is flowers, right, and foliage. So it makes sense that the one that you wear on your head looks this cool too. Here's the orange ones, which for some reason on my server, Ragnarok EU Chaos Data Center, for whatever reason, seem to be the most expensive. They are really nice though. I can imagine putting these with a lot of different outfits with similar colors, especially now that we have glasses added as face wear. It means we can have the best of both worlds of having glasses as well as these corsage. There's the yellow ones, and I do like the extra detail on these as well, especially around the top of the flowers themselves. Really cool, actually. Like the difference in colors that you get with each of the variants, and I do like how lush that green looks as well from the leaves. Here's the green Cattleya Corsage, and I think this is probably my least favorite because it blends too much into the leaf coloration. Although if you're going for a green Glamour, there is a slight bit of variation. If you're going for something that's kind of like a matte color, maybe Celeste Green would work with this, with like a double dye on something else for a chest piece, but probably still my least favorite because it doesn't pop as much as the others. The blue is quite nice though. It's got this kind of like royal blue almost. It's a little bit lighter than that. It's quite dark though. I can imagine this going quite nicely with a long dress, maybe having some turquoise mixed with a second dye of a darker blue color. Yeah, mixing and matching with these is going to be quite pleasurable, I think. And then we got the purple, which is probably my favorite. It is just, I mean, it's probably a bit of bias on my part because I love this color. It goes really well with those glasses, actually, with the sort of purple tint to them, the cat eye face wear. Yeah, I can imagine a lot of the outfits that I make, actually, since a lot of them are purple or pastel pinks, that kind of thing, would go quite well with this. It does make me want to create glamours around these headpieces, and that's probably what I'll end up doing. Next we have white, so we're out of the main colors now, we're into white and beyond. This is surprising, there's quite a lot of purple on this, on the sort of rim of the flowers themselves. It is also very snow white, it's a washed out white rather than a pure white, so there are actually a lot of head pieces with flowers on them, like the cherry corsage, for example, things like that, the peach corsage, that probably would look better, especially if you're going for a white, unless you like having that snow white with a hint of purple. That could be quite nice, but it's a little bit too grey and dead looking for me personally. The black, however, is absolutely gorgeous. I love the dark tones of this. I think it's just the perfect color match because it's not just black. We also have this sort of burgundy red that's sort of seeping through it looks really good. I'm really happy with that one. It can go well with a lot of sort of red and black always goes together. Purple and black goes well together. So a lot of outfits that people create end up being jet black with some kind of Roland Berry red or wine red. That would look really good with this corsage, I think. And then finally we have the rainbow corsage, which looks like this. So it's less of a rainbow and more of, you know, there's a bit of red, there's a bit of orange there, and there's a bit of white. We've also got a bit of purple around the tops of these things. So they've basically taken 3 of the other corsage and mixed them together. There's very little difference to that. The detail on this is absolutely exceptional though, like the actual flower themselves. I think that, like, you can see the stamen there in the flowers. Really cool, isn't it? Really cool. And I do like the way that the leaves on the back of each of these corsages folded in. A lot of corsage have sticky out leaves at the back, which actually would clip with a character with ears or horns, and I don't think it looks too bad with them folded. It means more people like Aura and Mikote specifically are going to have a better time. And of course, if you're a Viera or Hrothgar player, considering the lack of headwear in this expansion and other expansions, you can do a lot worse than having some really cool flowers in your hair, and I think these are really nice. Also, another thing to comment on, a lot of corsage have this weird gap between the head, the hair, and the actual corsage itself. You'll notice that there is no such gap on this one, so hopefully they revisit some of the other corsage headpieces from the past and close the gap a bit, because this is how it should be, in my opinion, without that gap. Because more often than not, you'd play your character from this position, like in the back of it, and you'd notice that you could see through part of your head because of the corsage. So really cool stuff. Again, very little video just on this update. I thought we'd include it since we're including everything else. Let me know if you've used these in any of your Glamour sets yet, and which is your favorite. Personally, I think it's purple, and my least favorite is probably the white. And the rainbow isn't really rainbow, honestly. I wish we had kind of like a faded rainbow actual spectrum color. That would kind of be cooler. But anyway, let me know. Much love, more videos on the way, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.